Blessed love, this is Ras Tafari representing for the Lion's Voice, seeing? Yeah, man, keep it locked right here, sir. On to Zion we go. Lion voice don't move slow, no. Rastafari rules and reigns, and we're going where the blessings flow. Keep it locked right here, sir, seeing? Ras Tafari said that. Lion's Voice.
What are you waiting for? Come together, calling from near and far. Know who you are. What are you waiting for? Rally up, it takes the dust. What are you waiting for? Ancestors paved the way for us. Yes, I am Ketis Oyonde, asking, what are you waiting for to come together? The time has come for the lions to tell our own story. This is the Lion's Voice.
African pride, root of all nations, boy. I tried with the lion, the Ras Tafari. Lion of it tried with lioness like I do. Empress on the front line, we need you. Well, this is Medicine, the steady one, and you are now tuned in to the Lion's Voice Network. What the lion fought for do? Scorch them. Roast and parch them.
I will never stop, hail the Most High, and I will never stop, call Rastafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
Empress Manel, and I young Zion. Oh, you're wrong. Universally unfold, be told. Oh. Blessed love, this is Itege Idama, and it's time for the lioness and the lion's voices to be heard. This is the Lion's Voice, Rastafari.
Yo, blazing fire, yeah man, this is Rasindio out of Belize, and the time has come for the lions to tell our own story, right? Yeah man, we blaze fire, burning the wicked and the dirty vampire. Yeah man, Rasindio, say that, blazing fire, lion boy.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the Lion's Voice, we come to tell our story. Rastafari, live it. Hey, the Lion's Voice, Rastafari.
Yeah, David Trent of Steel Pulse, and I'm saying hail to Lion Voice because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here. Hear me now. Oh, yeah, the lion's voice. Raw.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice.
Food that nourishes the body.
ITAL Food Festival, Sunday, March 15, 2026.
This is ITAL, a delicious celebration of plant-powered foods, conscious living, and shared wisdom.
Local artisans, marketplace, cultural performances, and fun for the whole family.
From 12 noon at the President's Ground, St. Anne's. ITAL Food Festival, Sunday, March 15th,
2026.
ITAL is vital.
Yeah, Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie the first. Tell the people about Empress Mene. Well, even if the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, but to the coming war we stand tall. I will shower you with my love, and even when the people start war, shine and answer I. Your love was a lifeline. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. Almighty, I made your light shine and answer I. That light was a lifeline. It seems like the world is upside down. I will never hide, I'd rather stand my ground. Lion of Judah blessed with the triple crown. Can't come fool I with no circus clown. Now fear no hurricane or the cyclone. Respect for Mama Earth with that embedded on me bone. That's why I will never leave you alone. Protect you from harm when the alarm sound. So even when the stars they fall and the moon turn into blood, to the coming war we stand tall. I will shower you with my love. And even when the people start ball, when they see their city streets them flood, when the hurricane blow down our wall, I'll be by your side and me not budge. Think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. The Almighty, I made your light shine and unto I. Your light was a lifeline. I think I found the love of a lifetime. I love you every day or the night time. The Almighty, I made your light shine and unto I. Your love was a lifeline. They say hurt people, maybe that's why Babylon them so evil. Maybe Babylon abused as a child.
Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Glory and honor in the name of His chosen Queen, Empress Waziri Menen. My name is Kwasi Bansu, aka the Chasmach Kwasi, aka Ras Kwasi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man. I'm a creative industry attorney, I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of Lion Talk Live. Welcome to Lion Talk Live and welcome to the Lion Voice Network, where the Lions are telling our own story. We are launching our Women History Month programming. This is the third year that we are exclusive bringing forward Women's History Month programming here, honoring, and we seal up with our Empress Menen panel. On April 3rd, we'll be announcing our guests soon for the Empress Menen panel. We're in process of just booking all of the guests. So big things are going. We're filling up the roster. We have some powerful sistering for the item this month. So make sure if you're not subscribed, you subscribe. Make sure you lock in, because we are highlighting our powerful sistering all month, all Rastafari, all Pan-African sistering all month. We're working hard to get the top quality for the global family. And you know that we highlight sistering all year round, so we don't get caught up in the month. But if the month is positive and we can highlight something positive, yeah man, we can work with the global trend same way and show the powerful sistering that we have in our midst. Tonight's guest is like an auntie for the whole Rastafari community. May I tell them the truth, you know what I mean? And if you live in Jamaica and you don't know this sistering and you say he's part of the Rastafari community, me have to look on your kind of way, Me not go dash away completely, but me have to kind of look on your way, you know what I mean? Because something is wrong. This is one of the pillars in Rastafari as it relates to events, creative industry. We're going to talk about the Kingston Night Market tonight, one of the premier events in Kingston right now. Big up the Kingston Night Market. I performed there. I actually have some footage. I have to find that and put it somewhere. But it's where a lot of artists, from Sizzla Kalanja, I see perform, big artists, upcoming. It's a nice vibe, booksellers, iNation usually there. A lot of different stalls, and it's just a cultural kind of vibration in the town. We're going to talk about that. Sister Aisha is a key in that. But she's beyond even the Rastafari community. When I used to do the Jamaica Music Conference, she was working with Jaria. She was all over the creative industry. We're going to talk about the state of the creative industry. I want to find out how she feels. She's built a powerful PR machine using word of mouth, WhatsApp, the tools that she have, get your word out. We're going to also highlight how the item can support, because we want to support this mama as well. I want her to wake up with at least couple thousands in her account tomorrow morning. That would have make my man glad after this episode. So, Lion Pride, we're training, we're getting ourselves together. I believe we're on day 5 of the war in the Middle East, which has erupted. The price of gas is climbing sky high, food prices, everything. We said it here from a longer time that this was going to happen. You can go check the record. We're one of the few platforms that was telling ones to prepare. So now that it's here, we are going to have more programming on that. This month we're dealing with the sister in them. But next month, we're going to be deep into Armageddon preparation, repatriation, the forward movements of this movement. Part of this platform is real time documented the forward movement of this great trad, where our elders never miss. They foretold of these times. They prepared us for these times. I as the generation that seek him, that seek his face, is now our time to build the institution, the machinery, so that the youth them can come and run this thing futuristic. So we are the bridge generation. We are building, we are connecting, we are rising, one for all for one, working in this manner. There can be no failure. So before I bring forward the guests tonight, let me big up all of my strength. I have to big up the greatest online community on the planet. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about the Lion Pride. If you subscribe, you're part of the Lion Pride. Big up a Lion Pride on Patreon. We are growing a little bit. We added some members. Big up Nick, our latest member to the Lion Pride on Patreon. Big up my brethren from out of Ghana, who also joined Lion Pride on Patreon. It's a joy, and we're going to have these interviews. The family is building. We can build more. But we are preparing for the Armageddon. Big up the Rastafari businesses that have reached out to. We're going to be having a lot, we're going to be changing some of the intro. And I know the intro is long, but we're doing that intentionally. We're carving out that real estate for community economics. We want our people with products, services to be able to have a platform where they can reach a wider audience. One of the focuses of this platform is us to direct the capital where it is going to have the impact. The workers, we want to put money in the hands of the people doing the work. That's one of the core principles of this channel. And so big up all of the businesses. If you're launching a song, if you're an artist, you want to do a marketing for your new release, you have a book that you're launching, reach out to us. And I know I have some ones to reach out to follow up. It's a small operation, so we're going to get to the ones them. But again, the whole idea is cooperative economics. In Armageddon, we can't stop no bomber from go Iran, and we can't stop Dubai from get boomed down. But we can work together as a community to build each other, build that internal resilience as a community, so that we can be strong in this Armageddon. Because your economics have to be strong in this Gideon, so you can move, you can get yourself out of harm's way. Those who don't have resources are the ones that are going to suffer the most from this global instability. And the way that we insulate ourselves from the shock of what is coming on the earth, they unleash the gates of hell. And it's Psalms 9, the nation shall be turned into hell. So that hellscape, which is war, is spreading on the whole planet. And to insulate ourselves, we have to build an alternative. To build an alternative, we need capital. While this money in the West have value, again, direct it into the hands of the workers. You see people doing work, positive work, let us $5, $10, 1,000 of us direct it to that person. Let that person rise, hire somebody else, free somebody else from the system. And that's how we're going to generate that internal strength and resilience as an immunity. Anything else that we're doing is not going to work, family. All right? I'm trying to be practical. I'm watching the news as everybody else. It came out this strong that the Air Force pilots, the commanders of the Air Force, U.S. Air Force, were telling their people that in their chain of command that they were fighting the Armageddon War, that this was the start of the Armageddon War, and that they are fighting for the return of Jesus, you know what I mean? And people start file complaint in the military, and it leak out to the press. So these people are talking about Armageddon, you know what I mean? So this is not no plaything right now, you know what I mean? We sing about it, we chant about it. So I don't want nobody feel like them shocked right now. We prepare for this, but we're not going to do it independently. Collective security for surety. Become part of the Lion Pride. We have town hall meetings where we're linking up. And also, before I bring forward Queen Isha, let me also say that I've had ones reach out to I about wanting to meet someone, brethren wanting to meet sister wanting to meet brethren. I've said before, we're going to make that available, create a safe space in our Patreon at our town hall meetings. We'll ask at the networking section, brethren, to let people know if they're single, they're in a relationship. And people can, message each other offline and you know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't want to go through this Armageddon by themselves. You know what I mean? They might look for that compliment, that person who like-minded, who can make the trod with them, you know what I mean? So we want to be that space, and that person may not live in your local area. That person may be across the seas, but if we sing repatriation, maybe they them link up on the continent, or, you know what I mean? You start reason with someone, you build a connection. So we're offering that. We can't verify nobody for you, but, as again, the adults, you can reason with each other. So those reaching out to I, we're listening, we're trying to accommodate the growing community in the right way. You know what I mean? All right, family, housekeeping out of the way. Let us bring forward our guest for the evening. As I said, this sister is like an auntie for a whole heap of people. If you don't see her as one of them people, you go a gathering and you don't see her, the gathering can't be the same, You're not going to feel that kind of home vibe. She's a lot of time at the gate when the first person you would meet at an event, or she's walking around and she's working. But she is a pillar in the Ras Tafari community in Jamaica. She has a whole lot of history. I interviewed her for I Never Knew TV, but this is the first time that she's coming on our platform here. So we're going to have a reasoning with a royal queen, you know what I mean? And I know this is going to get whole heap of views because so much people should know, you know what I mean, want to hear from her story. Help us to welcome Queen Isha. Royal greetings.
Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I, the first and the only, and of course the balanced Empress Menen. Yes, I give thanks that I can be a part of this. I really feel grateful to be in the Lion Talk. I've always watched it, heard about it, and here I am. And I want to say out there, other than the Rastafari community, anyone who's tuned in, because I know a lot of people, and I don't know who has tuned in, but I just want to greet up everyone.
Yes, yes, yes. No, you're so popular, and it's because you are such a giving soul. Because it's the first time on this platform, I'm gonna ask the tradition, which is to step into the Lion Talk time machine and to take us forward to where you were born. I want you to paint the picture of where you're from, this origin story of this blessed soul that we know as Queen Aisha. Where did it start?
Well, I was told that I was born at home in Franklintown, 7C Cambridge Street. I'm from a sibling of 12, six boys, six girls, two passed. Fredlocks, most of you know, is my brother, right?
Yes.
And my father passed. My mother is here at the end of March. She'll be 97 years old.
It's
I
that.
was educated at a Catholic school in my community, St. Benedict's Primary. Moved on to high school, Gainstead High, which I'm very proud of. I did Alpha Commercial to get some accounting and could get jobs out there in the corporate world. And then set up Rastafari, even from when I was in high school. But you know, you have to keep things low because trouble
Yes,
that them
yes,
even see a little piece of red, gold, and green is a problem. Till they
yes.
eventually saw me with it. And wow, I could not stay in my parents' home, but I decided, well, this is a road I'm going to trod. Father opened up the way for me, and I never looked back.
Wow, wow, wow. What a epic story. So how old were you when you left home?
I was 18
18. And
and
where did you,
pregnant. And pregnant.
I'm pregnant, don't leave out that part there. What attracted you to Rastafari?
You know, you see, I actually went to Jamaica School of Art, and
Yes.
a lot of the like my, the students that shared the rooms with me, we got different rooms to do different things, and there were a few of them that had locks.
Mm-hmm.
And they just chose me to talk to, but that wasn't the real thing. What it was, you see, because I knew about Rastafari because of my brother and even
Yes,
going to the Jamaica School of Art. But what really struck everything is when I had to stop from school one day to take my brother to the hospital. And
yes.
when I took him there, I was sitting, in the way everybody waiting for the doctor. And this sister just decided that it's me she wanted to talk to. She said, sister, no, she said, daughter. You know, it's so long where I wait. This whole Babylon go on that time. I don't understand nothing. I have on my mini skirt, my hair process. I don't know what you're talking about. But she
Yes.
chose me, and she came beside me and she said, "The Spirit tell me to talk to you." She said,
Okay.
I'm from the 12 tribe of Israel. I'm Sister
Okay.
Nanny. Bless her soul, she passed. And
Okay.
the Spirit tell me to talk to you. You ever go to any Rasta meeting? I think she said Rastafari, whatever. I said,
Yes.
no, I don't deal with that. I have a brother that is a Rasta, but I don't really talk to him. And, he said, listen, people look down upon me, but let me tell you something. Before I go any further, I want to tell you about our Father. She said, our Father, who art in Zion. She said, Zion there, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, the kingdom there. And she started to explain the our Father to me, different from where I knew it at the Catholic Church.
Yes.
And
Yes.
whatever it was, it touched me. And she said, we're having a meeting tonight. I don't know if you can come. I said, where's that? She said, Trenchtown. I said, no, I don't think so. She said, let me tell you something, man. Everything's safe and nice. If you could just, I'll tell you what bus to take. I remember she said number 3 bus.
Mm-hmm.
So no, while talking to her, I said, she healing up somebody. So I
Yes.
turned when I looked. It was my son's father. He wasn't my son's father yet.
Yes. Yes.
And she healing him up. And I realized they know each other. And then she said, I tweeted that. So anyway, she and him started talking and she
Yes.
asked him to bring me to the meeting. Him said
Okay.
to me, I can't carry you, because I don't want to be no problem with the family. I said, no, man, I must go. I want to see what it is like. And I went home and pulled on one of my uniform, then pull it down the hem it was, because I didn't want to go in a short, nothing too
Yes.
short.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Him lend me a Tom. I put on a t-shirt and I went to the meeting. And of course, I walked right up to where the executives were sitting at, because I sat beside her. She said, no, 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 this is for the executives. And she put me at the front.
Yes. Yes.
And just being there and seeing all these races and, I get a different view about them. Some locks, some don't locks, but they were all talking about the Bible. They were
Yes.
talking about back to Africa, which
Yes.
even moved me because when I was in high school, one of my role model, or still is my role model, is Angela Davis. I
Okay.
always admire her, and that's why I wore Afro. And even wanted it to look like hers. I have different pictures
Okay.
of Afro, yeah. So this now is like resonating with me. So I said back to Africa, but I'm still not getting anything else yet because them not talking much yet.
Yes.
Until I saw this little short man talking, and them talking about Haile Selassie that still didn't resonate yet. It's the
Yes.
back to Africa, going
Yes.
back to Ethiopia. And I say, something, I want to go Africa, so I will come to this meeting because I want to go Africa, you know. And so I actually, years after, was chosen to go there. My passport, I still have it, stamped to go Ethiopia.
Okay.
And they were having some issues there. And Brother Guy didn't think it was wise. For we, the sisters, the brothers themselves, could take the chance. Even
Yes.
did my flyer for my send off party. That was in
Wow.
19, I think it's 1987, 88
Okay.
roundabout.
Okay. So
And it just
when did you go to Trenchtown? What year was that?
All right. I started there at 17 plus. So everybody will know my age now, right? What year? Well, 17, 19, about 1973,
Okay.
73.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That time, Trenchtown, you could have walked through there how much o'clock in the look here. You could have walked there anytime, anyhow. Everything was just nice. But it's
Nice.
actually the soldiers that came there and saw us in our uniforms, and
Yes.
I had to go home. I couldn't give them my address. They came there one time on a Friday and said, "All school should cut out on my uniform." I used to go after school,
Yes.
and
Okay.
so I couldn't even give my address. I had to give my son's father aunt address, and she just picked up right away something was wrong, and she just says, okay, bring her in. I'll talk to her.
Yes.
And that didn't call. If my parents knew at that time, it would be double trouble.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Rebel. Can you adjust the camera a little bit so we can get the top of your head there?
All
Yeah.
right, let me try because I touched on something here, hoping that
There you go.
I
There.
need to go here, but
Perfect.
I'm going to have to get something else to catch it again. But I
All
think a little bit,
right. We want the people get the full. This is a
yeah,
blockbuster movie. This is a blockbuster movie. So we want the people get the full experience of Queen Aisha. This is also history of the 12 tribe of Israel as well. What a powerful testimony while she gets that together. Big up all the Lion Pride. Grassroots is in the building. Welcome to the mighty Empress, Sister Aisha. She is very mighty. Blessings to the family. Mary, Isaac, Black. Greetings. Enough blessings to the Lion Voice Network. Looking forward to the majestic Queen Isha's message. Oh, she's going to give us a message. She's so wise, so powerful. Look like, well, I was a little bit worried about telling her to adjust it because I know, but I want to get the fullness in terms of the image. So we'll give her some time to come forward. But it's so powerful, the history, you know what I mean? That's one of the things that keeps I doing this work is just being able to document this history. All right, beautiful. All right, we're gonna continue. Yeah, right there. We want to get the top of your head. So when we do the clips as well, you can be in the frame. So, what was your first time meeting the Prophet God? Because you said there was a short man there. I'm assuming that was the Honorable Prophet God. Was that first meeting?
I went back there. If it wasn't the Friday after, I knew it was a Friday. I went back, but not with uniform. And it wasn't a lot of people, but it was still enough. And people were sitting in a circle. You always like God was in I saw them sitting in a circle, so I joined the circle. And he would offer. It was cold foot jelly. That was his favorite thing he would offer to us. And I just saw this as so loving and nice, and stuff to keep coming back. So I actually just met him, just like that, just going there, and that I'm new, and they welcome you, and thing like that. But I decided I want to go to a meeting, but this was one of the hardest things because the meeting them start late and them done early in the morning. I'm a school girl. That's going to be hard for me. But
Yes.
I said there must be a way. It used to keep on a Sunday, so I said I have to get around this. But by this time, my son father was just not wanting to push that. He knew that this was something going to be hard for the family. So he
Yes.
leave me on my own. And I said, all right, I will work it out. And so I decided to just go and made up my mind, wore my tam, went with my tam. But I forgot to take off the tam when I was coming home. So when my
Oh,
mother opened the door, I saw the tam on my head. She grabbed it off and said, "Oh, so this is what you've been up to? This Rasta thing, this Rasta thing." And she started quarreling, but it didn't mean anything to me. And by this time, I didn't even know I was pregnant. And
okay.
so I know there's double trouble now. But I graduated though. I had graduated from school because
Okay.
graduation it had delayed, but I didn't get to go to graduation because I was like 5 months pregnant. So I know it would
Oh,
have
oh,
shown,
yeah.
But
Yeah.
someone went and collected the thing from me and all of that. But they were very mad because I was going to Jamaica School of Art, doing very good. And as far as I'm concerned, my watch list. I didn't even get a holiday job, and I was helping myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what carried me through. The holiday job, I kept it until I had my baby, you
Okay.
know. Yeah. So it was Brother God was just there and we just listened to him and he told us all the things that I think I needed to hear about back to Africa and
Yes.
encourage us to read the Bible,
Yes.
So he was just like any of us, just sitting with us and talking every time we go there, Him just was a part of us. And you get to know him more and more. The more you go, the more you know him. You got to stand
Yes.
uphill and you know more about it's just a family knowing more
Yes.
about each
Yes.
other,
Yes.
and he never felt like he was better than us.
Yes.
He
Yes.
never gave us that impression like he was better than us. He just was a part of us and doing a job that he felt he came to do.
Okay. Okay. And your brother, of course, is the legendary Fredlocks. I hope to get him on this platform at some point. But what was it like growing up with a future legend? Of course, you probably didn't know at that time, but what was it like growing up with Fredlocks?
All right, he started up Rastafari before everyone. And,
Yes.
as I said, people look down on the whole Rastafari thing. And so he really wasn't amongst us a lot. He was with him friends, them on the road doing his own thing. He used to be singing, and we knew that he could sing from a long time, but we didn't know where it was going to take him. We
Yes.
didn't. It's like we just kind of abandoned him, put it that way.
Okay.
And he was on his own. That's what they did with me. So, anyways, it so happened that he met Booty, a virgin named Booty. We call him Booty. I can't remember his first name. And Booty was a producer at the time. And when he
Yes.
discovered Fred, he decided that him have to get him in the studio or something. And
Yes.
it all started there. And then we hear that him singing and we hear him song them and till him went to places now and I realized, yes, at least I'm into something that can make him someone and holding
Yes.
on to the faith same way.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's just a matter of him traveling and going places and people meeting him and talking about him. And we just had to give in because we realized he's a star. So we had to give in.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So, in terms of when was the first time you heard 7 Miles a Black Star liner coming in the harbor?
About 1975. About
Okay.
1975.
Okay. Did you know it was a hit? But the first time you heard it, did you know it was a hit?
When it was a hit, I heard it was a hit. It was a hit in England, and that's when I realized because his album was the number one album at that time, and indoctrinating a lot of Rastafarians. So that's when I realized when it was a hit. I realized it was a hit when it was a hit.
But it was a hit. and,
Yeah,
and
but
yeah, talk about for those, the younger generation, because 12 Tribe, no disrespect to 12 Tribe, but in those days, I know there was a large gathering, at the gatherings, a lot of artists, because you were there when Bob Marley was there, Dennis Brown, what was it like being in the 12 Tribe meetings in those days with so many legendary musician artists as just part of the gathering?
all right, for me, no, because for me, still being in the corporate world, I didn't lock as a side of Rastafari.
Yes,
So some of
yes,
the events I didn't go, but the ones I must go, the one that 12 Tribe kept, the
yes,
parties. the parties, and you would see Brigadier and Ilawi, running things and with
Yeah.
Jollof and everything. So that
Yeah.
was where my main entertainment was. If
Okay.
anything out of that, I would not have known at the time because I just didn't go a lot of places those times.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
strictly 12 tribe functions.
Strictly the
Yeah,
different.
and I just said Bob would come through, Dennis would come through, of course. And the first time I saw Bob really was we went to Michael. They had something at Michael, and he came there
Yeah.
and performed. I remember clearly he had on khaki suit, and
Yeah.
that was the closest I got to him. By the time he was not even accepted in Jamaica, it was abroad that was really making him feel like, yes, this is a star. And
Yes.
that's the closest I went to him, and we realized that he was powerful. We realized how good he was, but we just didn't get to see him as much because they
Yes.
wouldn't accept him here.
They wouldn't
You know.
accept it. Yeah. And what about Dennis Brown? Did you ever meet Dennis Brown?
Oh yes, Dennis is like our brother. I mean, Dennis sit with us, laugh with us, talk with us, everything with us. Dennis was like a brother. My brother. Yes, man. Dennis, boy, one in a million. I'm
Huh.
telling you that he's a sweet soul. Was a sweet soul. Yes.
Yeah. One of the sweetest voices in reggae history.
Yes, he's one of my icons in that respect, that I'm a brother.
We,
Yes.
we, we we have our elder Johnny Johnson who used to live in Harborview.
Oh,
He said that I lived in Harborview in the 1970s. My wife was friends with the Elliots, all 5 girls and 3 brothers. They were
okay.
close to my wife, who introduced me to her brother.
Yes.
What is your wife name, Johnny Johnson? I lived on Sargasso Ave. My
Oh,
my wife lived on Riverside. Her brother
oh,
and Isachar and me became friends. We were
oh,
always up by the compound. Her
yes.
sister Anne Marie,
Mm-hmm.
Marcia, and her mother were welcoming me and my wife, Maureen Minot.
Oh, Marie Minot. Yes, yes, yes. I know her. Yes, yes. Because our house was, although the Rastafari, it wasn't really accepted in our home.
Yes,
And a lot of people would come by, stand at the gate and talk with us and
yes,
felt welcomed by us, and things like that. So I know Maureen Minto. I know her very well. Johnny
yeah,
Johnson, the name, not clicking. Maybe Fredlocks would have pick up quicker than me,
yes,
but
yeah. That's
I
her
do know.
husband. That's her
Uh,
husband.
yes, I know Maureen Minto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give thanks, give thanks. So that show you say we're global because we have
Yeah.
people in the comments who know the I personal. So but talk to us about your journey. You said you were in corporate. When did you decide now you're going to put on locks and really just embrace the full aspect, visual aspect?
All right. Actually, I used to, braid my hair a lot, just plait it up fine and all of that.
Yes,
And then it's like one at a time, I just never feel like pulling it out. And then to me, I said, why should I be pulling it out? But then hear me, but if me not pull it out, me I go have problems because the working vibes and things. But I was bold enough not to. And of course, them didn't. I did. I had left one of the corporate world jobs, and I was doing just little things all over the place. All over the
yes,
place. You call it. Dutch personnel would get little jobs. I personally had stopped because I realized I'm going deeper into this thing, and I know one day they might say. So I resigned, and I said, all right, I just going to leave me here, leave it, and whatever happened, happened, and it just took form. And
okay,
I actually visited the United States, and when people saw it, them said, "Yeah, locks up here." One of them said, "Can't locks, man. It now go locks, and I see the type of your shop." Them say all kind of things, but but I just left it, and I said, "This is it, This is what I was waiting for. This is
yeah,
the icing on the cake." Yeah, and it
yes.
was harder for me, yes, because I'm not going to get the regular jobs, and people stay about locks, but I just made up my mind, and I just went through.
I speak about that because Jamaica is very color conscious. With the eye complexion, they would expect the eye to never be Rastafari.
Oh
They would
yes.
expect the eye to have certain advantages in society. How did you navigate that, or did you feel that kind of energy?
No, that didn't mean anything to me. Color. I didn't even know till maybe when I hear people talk about this color thing. Cause that didn't mean anything to me. I'm just being me. But of course, I've heard it. That people would say, even the corporate world, why you get the job because you're brown, and them type of things. And look who they know. It had nothing to do with that. But I personally felt that way. Because even in where I work, there's a lot of dark skin people mixture. So I didn't feel that my color was like anything bigger or better. But I knew that the society looked at it that way. And even though I would think maybe people don't tell me, but it might be an edge to get certain things and to do certain things. But one of my break, it was when I started to work with Judy Mott, after leaving the corporate world. And then I actually felt like I was still in the corporate world because I went into our office door as the administrator and getting office procedure things done. But then she saw more in me and she said, no, I want you to start going places with me because she knew 12 Tribe would have events. So I wouldn't be like backing down going to events. And she started, let me go to like Negril with her and do our shows and still doing the office work and all of that, But that came to a closure nice. They were still sisters. But it was a very good experience. It took me as far as Africa. And, yes, and I went to other little places with her, in the United States. And even, as I said, Negril and all of that. So coming from the corporate world into that wasn't too hard, because I knew what she needed in our office and I could have gotten it done,
Yes.
And I must say, it was Bridget Anderson who actually, Bridget didn't know I knew Sister Judy from I was 17 in Harborview. Sister Judy used to live there. So I coming back to her at that time when I was 30 something. It was like, what? When she heard the name, she said she didn't want to hear any more name. Bring Marcia now in our office. Yes. So Bridget didn't even knew that until, So Bridget really initiated it because she saw me in America when visiting her. My brother was doing a show. She didn't know it was my brother, and she saw me moving backstage like I knew exactly what I was doing. But I was actually just helping my brother and just asked me to help. And she was very impressed. So when she saw me come back to Jamaica, she said, I saw you in America. And I saw you backstage. You work in the music industry. I said, no. I was just assisting my brother with something. She said, I wonder if you could assist me. I'm going to do a show with Garnet, but I have Jamali, and Jamali going to meet somebody. And that's where it really started in the music industry for me, right here.
Okay. I love that. What was it like working with Judy Mowat? Did you realize early she was special?
I realized from I knew her at 17 that she was special. Because when I was in 12 Tribe and was going to a stand-up hill meeting, I fell off the hill, and I was pregnant, and they rushed me to the hospital. So when I came back to the meeting, because the doctor said, and realized I was pregnant, and said, all right, and everything, and I came back to the meeting. And when she see me come back now, we actually booked up on the bus that was going to Harborview to send someone to call me to come and sit beside her. And she said, you are a strong sister. And she asked me where I live, what my name, and all of that. And she said, I must come and visit her the following day, And I came by her house. That time she wasn't locked either. And I remember a sister named Vashti too. I met Vashti. And all of us was just like moving around Sister Judy, just sisters. And that's where it started me and Sister Judy until, of course, we didn't see each other for a couple of years until we booked up at that time. But
was that before she was I-Trees? That was before she was I-Trees, or?
I think she was, yes, I think she was, they had a name, what, the Solettes? I think she was the Solettes. Yeah, Solettes. Yes, I don't think she actually was moving around Bob, because I remember the children coming to the house, like Stephen and Ziggy, and I would have to watch them. Sometimes because I'm not going anywhere, and I would watch them. Those children would not even realize how far I'm coming back with them. But I used to watch those children while Sister Judy and Rita and Marcia. So one at a time, she said, I want you to get the experience. I want you to come with us.
Yes.
And she took me to let me see what Aisha was like at that time. But, my pregnancy, the tummy getting higher, and me can't go away for places. So,
yes.
But that's my thing with Sister Judy. I'm like a sister to her even up to this day.
Beautiful. I would love to get a link for her too. But I love reason with her.
Yes.
And also Sister Bridget too. I need to get that link from the eye.
Yes.
As Garnet Silk first manager,
Yes.
Yeah, history. We have to get that history. So in terms of What was your first impression of the music industry and reggae and the whole vibration as a Rastafari history?
But 12 Tribe, it was music. We grew
Yes.
up into that. We did chanting and so over meetings, little drumming and so, but it was all about the music, Jalop music and 12 Tribe music and everything. So music wasn't like anything strange to me in
Yes.
terms of hearing songs and we didn't have stage shows at the time. We just had dances. So
Yes.
just branching over into that now at such a after so many years and even bigger and different. It to me it's like a crescendo, you could call it, or just moving from something to something bigger in the same arena. So
Yes.
it was easy for me to just fall in place because we love music and we know music and we've been around the stars and so it
Yes.
wasn't really strange to me. It's just a matter of getting things done. I'm that type of person. I rise to the occasion.
Did you know that you were in a special moment in Rastafari history, being around all of these great, now legendary artists? When you were
No, I just, instead of me, I look at people as people. I think everybody's special. I
yeah,
think we came here to do our own role and everything. So I just think they're doing what they're doing and I'm doing what I'm doing. And they're going to go up there with music. And I'm going to, and I mean, I felt honored to be around people who people looked upon and looked towards, even my brother and things like that. But it never really like, I'm frightened over it or
yes,
like,
yes.
oh no, I'm not that type of person. Even up to this day, I just believe we
I,
all have our roles to play, and we all we're special. That's how I look at it.
and I can vouch for that. Did you ever meet Jacob Miller?
Yes, I met him briefly. He came to our 12 tribe meeting. We had a meeting up by Dreadite, and
Okay.
he came to the meeting. He came to the meeting and he was just there. And he knew at that time, I think he knew at that time that him and Fred was connected in terms of the Elliot name. Yes, I think he knew. Yes, so we knew that. We knew that. So yes, we're with the little time that I met him, and even is one of his children's mother lived with me. She lived
Okay.
in one at a time, but you know what go when you have the different baby mothers. So he didn't really come there as such, but he looked after his daughter. Yeah, man. So I met him even through that because she used to live with me.
Who was the favorite artist at that time in those times? Who were
You
some of
know,
your favorite?
I'd have to say Brigadier.
Okay.
In those times, Brigadier because it's only Brigadier I knew, and then Dennis Brown, and of
Yeah.
course Bob. We knew Bob was special somehow, some ways, but Bob just wasn't as close to us as Dennis was because he was traveling. But
Yes.
I would have to say it was Brigadier, and I would have to say Sister Nancy and Dennis Brown at that time. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And of
Well,
course, I said my brother came down the line and we started to know Freddie. How can I leave out Freddie, McGregor?
I'm just going to ask you about Freddie
Freddie is
McGregor.
one of my favorites.
Yes. Yes.
Up to this day, he's one of my favorites. Yes. Freddie,
So
man, and so cool and nice. We went Zimbabwe together. We went to that Africa trip.
okay.
He was there with us. Yeah, man.
So
Freddie.
so so let's talk about the first trip to Africa. How did that happen? What was
You
that
know,
all?
I'd have to say by default, and I was so glad because guess what now? It was a team of them going like it was Bonnie Wheeler, Marcia, of course, Sister Judy. Rita wasn't going at the time. Andrew Tosh to represent his father, and um, he was going to represent Bob. One of his sons there, not Ziggyar. What's his name? Not Ziggyar. What?
Julian,
No, no.
Kimani,
Eh? Yes,
Kimani.
yes, yes. Right.
Yeah.
So what happened now? Bonnie decided he's not going again. And because of that being related to Andrew and all of them being related, they decided that they're not going. So we had to draw for Freddie. No, we're not saying Freddie couldn't come up to Bonnie, but remember the whole thing about Zimbabwe. So
Yes.
he being the only living legend is like his him them want to see. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, how many t-shirts were sold before he came? All the tickets were sold out. The stadium would have been packed and no Bonnie.
Wow.
And the promoter had to give back everybody their money.
Wow.
So it was a damper. and it could not be what it was supposed to be, but we made the best of it. Freddie went places and performed. Sister Judy them the summer Bob songs, and they did their best. We stayed there for 10 days, and it just wouldn't be what they would have wanted. But for those who came out and really showed them love to us, it was good. But it could have been better if only Bonnie had come.
Yes. That's sad. That's sad to know.
That was very sad because they were very, very disappointed. Very disappointed. Very, very disappointed.
What was your impression of Africa stepping on the motherland soil?
Oh my God! Look here now. At that time, I could kneel down quick and jump up back and kneel down. I was just jumping. And then when I came off the plane, the first plane I saw was an Ethiopian plane. I feel like running in that plane. But let me tell you something. I was totally excited. Yes. I was, oh God, I couldn't contain myself.
Yeah.
You go there and you meet in Jamaicans who have already been there, who was setting the was paving the way for us in terms of where we're going to eat and places to go. Oh Lord, it was really putting out the fact that Bonnie didn't come. It was good.
Nice. Yeah. Have you been forward since that time?
Only to South Africa, not to Zimbabwe. I tell them them didn't want me to come back. Zimbabwe, they said, come on, we have room for you. You can stay, but you're young, you don't make up your mind yet. You still have ties in Jamaica and all of that. So I couldn't make a decision that quickly, to be honest, But I've been to South Africa as well,
And how was South Africa?
Love it. Didn't want to come back. But again, you anytime you go in places that you have to, if you're going to decide to leave, you have to set yourself straight.
Yeah, man, you have to plan. You have to plan. I advocate planning. I don't advocate blind.
Yeah.
Deal, and you just drop a place. I mean,
I spent 2.5 months there. It was glorious.
Okay, nice. Was that with Jody as well to South Africa?
No. That was with an in-law of mine. Got married to an Elliot, and she just wanted us to. I met her out here, and we kept in touch. And she invited me and Fred, but Fred couldn't go at the time because he had broken his wrist, and he was doing treatment, and he didn't think he wanted to travel with it. So I alone went, because they got married, and she wanted us to be around that cousin there in Africa. So that was really, really very nice. I mean, it was such a surprise, a pleasant surprise. And I made use of it. I went as much places as I could because I didn't realize I was going up in the cold. Although they warned me because their weather is cold, and that was like in May.
Okay.
May. Yeah, it was very cold, and I left there July and then went to America. But let me tell you something, it was so cold, but I went places. Knowing me, I went places. I even did a little stage show thing up there for them, plan a little thing. They rate me up there, man.
We rate it everywhere. We rate the eye everywhere. Queen Isha, we rate the eye everywhere.
They never want to come back.
No. Anyone that meet the eye, love the eye. Family, we are here with Queen Isha. If you're watching live, we are here celebrating the powerful Rastafari and Pan-African sistren in our community who are doing great works. We're gonna go into the work of Queen Isha, one of our great people, and then I want to reason with her about how she feel about the creative industry. You heard she was there when Bob, Dennis Brown, all of these people were running the place. She saw the height, which, on this platform, I say Jamaica always produce these young brethren that hail His Majesty. And, because, you have the reggae revival, but that was a pattern, You had that first explosion, then you had the next explosion with Garnet Silk, Tony Rebel.
Oh, yes.
And then you had, this. So there always, once the people turn their heart to Rastafari and they come together, there's always this explosion that come out of Jamaica. This sister I have here, this mama, she has been a witness to every one of those explosions. So I want to get her sound about how she feel what's happening right now. She's at all of the events. She see what going on the ground. You know the reason about because I'm passionate about the creative industry, and The more I, get older, the more I rise, I realize that Rastafari need its own industry to ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to build it from the ground and own all of the aspects of it. You know what I mean? It's not good enough that we just provide the raw material and we are dependent on people for book we out there. We need our
Mm-hmm.
own indigenous, where we control the stages, the venue, the studio, the rehearsal space, the whole infrastructure of creative industry. We need to have Rastafari so that our artists don't have to tailor their message fit into something that don't suit them, because
Yes.
they need to get bookings. That should be the last consideration. So we're gonna talk about it. If you're watching live, put your comments in the comment section. Um, we are doing Women's History Month. We have powerful women all month. Um, Big up yourself, Grassroots, with the $5 contribution. It's a welcome to the mighty Empress, Sister
Mm-hmm.
Aisha. If you want to give a contribution, click the dollar sign on top of the comment section. Don't make Grassroots lonely, Don't, you see him on the front line and him lonely. Put a $2, $5. We give thanks. We're also going to be asking people to support Queen Isha. Um, I want her wake up with $500,000 in our bank account tomorrow morning. That is how I feel. You know what I mean? All of our guests, but these are the workers. So part of the strategy of this platform, if you're just joining us for the first time, we encourage our audience that we call the Lion Pride to give contribution to our guests. The vision is I have 63,000 subscribers right now. So the vision is if we can get 50,000 of the 63,000 to give $10 to the guests, that would be $500,000 US that they would have in their account. So that is what we are chanting for. If we get the capital and put it in the hands of the workers, what will happen to our community? Ask yourself these questions. We can do it, and it only costs an individual $10 or $5 or whatever. And if we get half of that and she wake up with 250,000, she not go complain. Even 2 or 3,000, she not go complain, family. You understand? Let me big up also Ras Super, one of our Ubuntu Lion Pride, who has been contributing to the platform and always, trying to see how we can support the guests. I'm really asking the ones them to support the guests. We're gonna ask Sister Queen Aisha to give some information. Lidge, step out on the back of field and say, "Here, all a $5." You see that? Grass Lidge, big up yourself. Ras Tafari. These are my Lion Pride who support the platform. Again, we're gonna be giving information so we can support our guests. Put the capital in the hands of the workers. That is our chant right now, family. So stay tuned. We're gonna ask her to share some information how you can get in contact with her, whether it's an email. We don't know what it's gonna be, but we want you to link with her, support her movement. She's also has a PR company. So if you have an event, you want to promote it on the ground in Jamaica, you can hire Queen Isha. And if you don't hire Queen Aisha, don't complain if the event flop. Don't complain because it's your fault you never hire Queen Aisha. She's locked in. All right, so let us continue to talk about what did you do after you stopped working with Sister Judy Mowat.
Okay. By working with her, I got to know a lot of promoters who keep events like Tony Rebel and King of Kings, that brethren from down Westmoreland. I started knowing people through that, and then they would want me to actually just come around them and just make sure everything all right with artists, always making sure the artists them backstage is all right, and just artists, because them like, oh, I deal with people. So every time I stage shows, that's the role I would get, to deal with artists, right? Backstage. So it's true, do the mort, and they would come there and talk with her, call her, I answer the phone, them get to know me and all of that. So when they realized that I wasn't with her anymore, they just was happy to take me on to do certain things, you know. And I must say, Christine Hewitt, you know, you must have heard that name. She was one of the persons that put me out there to say, this is someone you need to have around you, you know, and things like that. So she helped to push that fire in terms of the stage shows. So I was actually just doing stage shows backstage.
Okay.
Rebel Salute, Western Consciousness, St. Miro Come From, you know, any others that I may not remember, but it's just strictly backstage. I was, and then till them put me at the gate. But I
Yes.
figure that the people, the security and those people don't know the artists, and them tend to be even running them from the gate. So I knowing the artists, them put me there to work. But the other another spin-off that wasn't so good either. By knowing me, Master, Aisha, you know, my man, let me, you know, let me. And you can't do that, you know.
Yes, yes.
So,
Yes.
you know, that was a little rough. They still put me backstage, but at the backstage gate where the artists come in to make sure them all right. And then they put me in the media room to rotate media.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And then I just stopped because it was the hours in the morning wasn't working out for me to go home, and I just wasn't managing that kind of way. So I just decided to just not. And I say, you know, I have to go do something for myself now, you know. What is it? What is
yes.
it? And then I used to go down to the Harborview roundabout and I would sit there and I took a flyer out my bag and I looked at it. I said, showing an event. And I said, I'm not going to this event, you know, because I don't even know how I'm going to get on. But you know, something I went in my banger at the time.
Yes.
And I said, I'm going to send to a few persons who I know love to go out and them can reach, but me not go. And they were so grateful. And then people, the events that we're keeping at the time was Inner City Dub,
Yes.
Sankofa Tuesdays,
Yes.
Dub School Wednesdays,
Yes.
Vinyl Thursday, all those
Yes.
are events, and I wasn't going any of them. Conscious Reggae Party, all of those events, and I wasn't going. And then a friend of mine said, "Oh, is it just sending out these things and you don't come?" I said, "Because I don't know how I'm going to get home." She said, "I live Bullby and make sure say you get home, come man." And so um, she said to me, I won't pick you up because I'm at UA. So if you can get there, sure enough, you'll have a right to go home. So the very first event I went after doing all of those was, I think it's Conscious Reggae Party.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I went, no, I kind of felt a little out of place because some of the sisters, I know them, but I wasn't that close to them. You know, being a 12
Yes.
tribe, I kind of only know 12 tribe. And, you know, Bingy people too and all of that. But
Yes.
I wasn't sure. Like, I just was meeting Ketis and some of them.
Okay.
So it's like, but I knew Ketis, you know, and I knew some of them. But, you know, I'm a person that I really can feel. I'm a real Pisces. I feel like a fish out of water when
Yes.
I'm not used to certain people, you know, people
Yes.
don't know that I'm like that. So I just sat there and then sipped away, went home with the sister. And then Ketis now said to me, "You think I didn't say you? You think I don't say you can do this?" I said, "You watch, man, I'm going to give you a job to do." And she started to make me sit at the gate. All right,
Okay.
I sit at the gate when people come in, will ask for donations. I guess I'm good in that area.
Yes. Very good. Very good.
And so she put me there and, you know, then make sure I reach home safe. And then I started to hear about other events and then hear about me. So I
Yes.
Nation, I went to his thing because I do it was downtown, you know. I see all these people going. I said, "Oh, they're going downtown and it's downtown." But these people are people who live uptown. Well,
Yes.
anyway, me I go with them and see what it's like. And
Yes.
when I went, but I wanted to, me and Jennifer and some of us from 12 Tribe, we want to leave early because we said we're not used to downtown. So I
Yes.
Nation said, "Why are you leaving already?" I said, "Because I have to catch the last bus. I don't have a ride." Him said, "Listen to me, man. Me to the works where I do. And me make sure, find a way to make it reach home." And then him put a paper money in my hand, and at that time, getting the $1,000 coming plenty.
Yes.
And then want me just run his thing for him. So I became now the PR for all these little events, sending
Yes.
out things
Yes.
on my banger. So
Bang.
anyways, I took out the most important information and I
Yes.
sent to as much people. Till Ketis came to me again, Ketis on my back, and said, "Listen to me, man, you ever hear about smartphone?" And I said, "No." She said, "Well, me I go tell you about it." And she took out her phone. She said, "Get one of these, invest in one of these." And
Yes.
when I got it, it took me 3 months to use it. I said, "When am I come put me on, you know, I'm all right with my banger, you know, what else, you know."
Yes.
Until a friend of mine said, "Listen to me, man, it's the right thing. You're going to see you can do flyers, you can do this." And yeah,
Yeah.
of course, as soon as I got into it, unstoppable I was.
Yes, yes.
I
Legendary.
started to just do what I had to do, and
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And you see, because you had a willingness to learn and adapt yourself.
and I rise to occasion.
Yeah, rise to the occasion. We give thanks for that. Do you remember the first time I and I met? I met the I?
Yes,
Where?
was it the conference, the Jamaica conference,
Yeah,
the Jamaica
probably.
Music
You would
Conference
have
of
to
UA.
be. Yes, it probably was.
Yeah, probably. Well, yes, I remember. Yeah, man,
Okay.
it was there. It was there. I mean, I briefly said hello to you, and I think someone introduced you to me to say that if you need any help here, you said, okay, I'll get back in touch with her. You never get back in touch with me. So
Uh-oh.
what I did now,
Uh-oh. I still have that problem, so forgive I. Forgive
yes,
I,
I said the
please.
next time I see him, watch me and him. So you see the next time I say, remember me and this, and you say, you know something, I'll not forget you again. And you put a money in my hand, and you say, go do the commercial for the conference. And I went and I did it, and you were very impressed.
Give thanks, give thanks. Boy, may I tell you,
There's so much things in between. Would I take the whole night till the next week? But
no, no. You know what I want to ask there before we even go on, because you talk about the backstage. What are some of the mistakes that you see artists making coming into the business? You know, because you've seen all of the things them, and you know when you see a young artist, okay, this youth making some mistake. What are some of the common mistakes you see
You
ones
see,
make?
before I go into the past, because the present is still similar to the past,
Yes, yes,
because I coordinate the entertainment segment at Kingston Night Market,
yes.
never on time. They
Wow.
don't listen to instructions. They will send you a video that them things suit the occasion, and then them come, and when them hold the mic, them transform into something different. And then the whole thing just not. So I am very serious with artists these days.
Yes,
I tell them like it's done. I say, anytime when I go and hold that mic and then do anything on the not to the, we're going to turn it off. Because we want them to know what discipline is, because they do not have that. And they
wow.
have to understand that every event is different. And when you can go to an event where you can jump up and down and just anything, Kingston Night Market is not like that. And
Yes,
it's one of the best. It's not even an event. It's not even an eventing. You know, it's more like a market that
yes.
included event to vibes it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want the standard of the market be lost because of our entertainment. So we
Yes,
have to make sure we keep it in line as to what it represents, the culture. Because when you walk in there, as you said, everybody there that you see there is not buy and sell. They make everything for themselves. So
yes,
you have to fit in with the entertainment. You have to bring that culture, that
yes.
uniqueness, and that it has to be one. And that is what we're bringing it to. And
No
it is
slackness, no slackness, no
no
loosey
slackness,
goosey.
no racial slur, no
Yes,
political slur.
yes.
Yes, no bad words, a lot of no drop down pants, no whatever. We have them
No
have to dress
loosey
nice
goosey.
and things there.
Yes, yes.
We have it on that order. And scarf, tie up head and all kind of things. You know, we want them to know so them can be different and represent themselves different because they're going to go different places where that is required.
Yes,
So
yes.
going back now to the history of being backstage, because I deal with artists that already been booked and all of that. I wasn't doing booking and those type of
Yes,
things. I
yes.
couldn't tell what that era was for some people who did that. All I know, when I go into that media room and to coordinate the interviews, I just let them know nobody's going to rush. As you come off stage, we'll rotate you. So it wasn't so bad dealing with them because I didn't have a, so I really enjoyed working backstage at those shows. I didn't
Yeah.
really have a major problem. Why we even created the media is because when the artist comes off stage, he's tired and want to fan him more, and people rushing to talk to them. No, we eliminated all of that, and you had persons taking them to the media room. So I love the idea, and as I said, I would know who would have come late because I didn't get into the stage management part yet, and
Yes,
that type of thing. I was just making sure artists were
yes,
all right, and sometimes I would check the rooms that they are in to see if they are all right, hospitality and
yes,
things like that. So I was just mainly about artists, and even up to this day, when the artists them come to Kingston Night Market, I first make them get them water. Because them will need some water, that's the first thing we approach them with, to make
yes.
sure they're all right. And I talk to them as best as I can and make them feel comfortable so that them don't get no nervousness to go on the stage.
Yes.
But we are lacking in discipline. We are lacking discipline. We are lacking they don't want to like the IMC.
Yes.
They don't think they had to go there, even with the gym. When you had it there, Jamaica,
Yes.
they didn't want to go there neither. They think them know it already, them
Yes.
reached already, and from them to the tool, could this and that, and them not growing. They're
No.
not growing. If you go to these events, if you go to 5 events in Jamaica for the week, it's the same artist, them just rotating.
Yes.
Because they don't have nowhere else to go because they don't know how. They either don't have a good manager, and some
Yeah.
of them, I just tell you the truth, they're hard to deal with. Them just hard to deal with. So I wouldn't be an artist manager. I wouldn't.
No. You
No,
want to be a star and you don't have the income or the lifestyle to back up the star, but you're trying to play like you're a star.
yes,
So people treat you like a star. But
yes,
humility gets you so far in this industry, you know? I
yes,
think you have to say that because the relationship, this is a relationship industry. You know what I mean? And that's why some people are not progressing because they don't treat people well. And
yes.
people don't want to work with you and they don't have to work with you, you know?
And
So
sometimes you see, I tell them things and I say, when them done, them not gonna like me, you know. Them like me that time, them like me. Them say, is you my want to know, you my want to I say, well, I don't play around in a self on a sure so I don't want me to help on and I have to come my way and do the thing right. That's
no,
like
and
it.
it's needed. It's so needed because that's why I don't like use the word entertainment so much. I like the word creative industry because
Yes,
it's the industry and you have to think industrial minded in terms
mm-hmm.
of that discipline. You have a product or a service, you're bringing it to the people, bring the top quality, you know, you make sure you put in your work,
Yes,
come on time, you know what I mean?
yes,
Your brand to the fullest
yes.
because you're you know it's the whole process. If people are paying you or if they're not paying you, it should be the same product.
The same thing, yes.
You know what I
But
mean?
I can't leave out Corey, Queen
Yes.
of Reggae Island, honorary ceremonies. You know why?
Yeah.
When I met Laurel Nurse, that's her name, Laurel Nurse, and she's a nurse by profession, and
Yes.
she sang overnight nurse in her own way. The
Yes.
first time I met her is when she was doing the launch for the song Night Nurse.
Yeah.
And I was introduced to her that I can, in case she comes back to Jamaica and need any help in promotions, I could be the person.
Yes.
We exchanged numbers, but you know, not hearing from people, I think at the time I don't know if we lost numbers, but Jerry Small was going to one of these events and he said it named Corey. And he said I can have an extra ticket if I'd like to come. I said, sure. So we went. And as I walked in, it was her. I remembered her and she remembered me. And she said, oh my God, I found you. And I said, yes, I was wondering where you are. She said, oh my God. And then right away, we exchanged numbers and we said, this time we'll be in touch. So the following year for Corey, now she looking, nominating. And I knowing all these female artists over 10 years doing so good, I put in some names. Well, one of them in particular, I would call the name one of them, and I said, I hope she really, get that one in and thing. So when I went to her, I said, did you consider the person I nominated? She said, not really. I thought of someone else to make up the number. I said, okay. She said, you want to know his? I said, maybe I know the person. Yeah. She said, you know the person well. She said, it's you. I said, me? She said, yes, you. I nominated you. I've been watching you from night nurse when you helped me. I've been seeing how you move, and I haven't seen you for so long, but just that first meeting and what you did, and you said you work with Judy Mott and all these experiences, yes, you are eligible to be nominated, and things like that. And then she chose until, yes, I got the award, And
Okay.
by getting that award, now I had to do an interview. That's my first interview live. And it
Okay.
went viral. Yeah, it was before the one I did with you, I think. Yeah. And
Yes.
then everybody started knowing about me. They didn't know I do all these things.
Yes.
Because what Corey is, discovering people behind closed doors who doing hard
Okay.
work that
Okay.
nobody recognizes. Of
Yes.
course, they're going to put in people who are known, but those who are like the seamstress, the one who cooks for the artist, the one who
Yes.
do the makeup, whatever, which it's her thing. She's looking for all these people. the
Yes.
one who coordinates the events, but people don't even realize. And you should just look for them and find them. And
Yeah.
all of these sisters and women are so honored. And then she said, Aisha, you being a Rastafari, and we're bringing them into this. So every year I put in a Rastafarian to get honored.
Okay.
Sister Mitzi was honored.
Okay.
Bridget, and
Beautiful.
Janet from 12 Tribes. Yes, I put them in, man. I was going to Mama Fire, but she passed before.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. And big up Uncle Jerry, small
Yes.
time. In terms of Kingston Night Market, how did that connection happen?
I used to visit the market like on a Tuesday with a friend of mine. She said, follow her to the market. And I would go and, I'm just looking around like maybe a person would come there for the first time, seeing all this excitement and then all the different food, vegan food at that time it was Iber Spice and they had drumming around the corner. So she and me were more interested in the drumming, not knowing that maybe a little entertainment was going on the other side. We
Yes.
heard that it was, but the drumming caught us. And then now, Mary Isaacs, you must have known about Mary Isaacs. I have been moving with her, and then I got her onto a producer who's producing her now. And she said, Aisha, can I get my phone one and you show them? And she said, me put on a Rasta thing, I said, no, it's not. You don't have to put on a Rasta nothing. But by this time, Stangy had known about her from 12 Tribes. And
Yes.
she'd been at 12 Tribes. So I said, there's a market I hear about. I'm going to get the contact and find out if he can perform there. And I got the contact, called the lady. She said, let you hear our music. And bam, she said, yes, bring her. So Mary came and Mary mashed up the place. And then the lady came to me and said, is there any way you can find any more artists like that and help me to build back our COVID had just gone? Help me to build back the market. I said, I'll do my best. And, I'll try. And because I like the vibe, I said, I'll do my best. And I got Andrew Tosh to come there. I got, Susan, all them other people, through our own ways we get people to come there. And then she realized now that, yes, I know what I'm doing and I know people. And as I said, now we're on the team with the T-shirts, the shirts we're wearing and everything. So it was really because I took Mary there and she loved the caliber of music that she did and the type of person and she was more loose. So I have to try to keep in that. Although I still want her to know, especially in Reggae Month, that we have a genre of music where you go and find a little dance hall and, and I try to push that in, but I tell them don't come slack with it. And if them can do a dance hall reggae so that it can be appreciated because the people there are hard to please, they're mostly uptown and them don't resonate with a lot of things. They like cover songs. If you sing a Dennis Brown or anybody cover song, you're good to go with them. I try to get people not just to cover songs because them have them original and they want to bring that out. But I tell them if them do a cover song, it will boost them. So I work with them under that way, get into them head and them minds and let them know. Yes. And I enjoy doing that because I see where it's helping them. It does. I say the sisters, them, I know to smoke, but don't try smoke before you go because your throat is important. If you even go, make sure you drink some little honey thing or so kind of want the voices to be still out there. I do coach them.
Thanks. No, and we give thanks and explain to the people what Kingston Night Market is for those outside of Jamaica.
All right, Kingston Night Market is an array of vendors. We call them artisans. You'll find people that make their own clothes, their bags, earrings, all the craft, art and craft, the paintings, the brethren that do the vegan food, and of course those that do them other type of food. We have a little bar there, you can get different beverages. We have a little place there where you can get your vegan ice cream and other stuff. But the main thing behind it is that when Mrs. McDonald decided to get that space and do what she do, it was based off of something she saw abroad. And it was a market, a night market. And she said, I'm going to try this in Jamaica. She was the first one who tried that. Other people doing it now there. And she said, Olive Lewin, who had owned the house, said to her, you sound like you know about culture. She said, I know. She said, keep it cultural. And so you find sometimes of the year we're bringing the mentor people, the communal people, because that culture, we want to keep it there at the market.
Yes.
So it's more about culture and people just doing their own thing, doing everything that they do there. They did it. Them didn't buy nothing nowhere and no. So we keep it under that, And sometimes there are times when we bring in the children in the summer and we get people to teach them to do artwork, other stuff. But it's a really nice place to be on a Tuesday. You can feel at home. You have an area where people just eat. They come just to eat and leave, or they just come and chat. And you have some that come for the entertainment. And people come there for many different types of reasons. When they know the holiday coming, Christmas, you can't even find space to walk. That place is packed. Yes, because them coming to shop for Christmas and whatever. Even in the we have a time when she did this anniversary thing, and the people are interested in that because we bring all they love the mentor people. Jamaican people love them mentor and them coming, and when we have that in October, everybody look forward to that. But it's really a great place to be. I enjoy working with everyone there. We are a real good team. Every one of us will feel like family.
Yeah, man.
And it don't take away from my belief because they respect me for who I am. I respect them for who they are,
Yes, of course. And that unity does not mean uniformity. That is the chance that we have here. Everybody don't have to be the same, and we can always agree to disagree. That is the power.
And when I remember Nanook, when I used to go by Nanook for the events there, and
big up Joan Webley.
Yeah, Joan, she come to me and said, I'm going to give you a name. You are the Minister of Information and Communication for Unification. But the name was so long, we said, no, I forgot to drop this down. So I just went in and talked to somebody, and we came up with Quick Blast Media. So that's my name, Quick Blast Media, because I do things quick. I blast them quick. I blast the things them so quick. Sometimes people say, wait, were you at the event? I said, no, I went on YouTube or wherever, and I just quick time send to people's phones. I'm not at the event sometimes, and I do blast,
Yeah, man, and that has been a vital community connector, a vital community connector.
Like tonight, I'm going somewhere, but I just said this is important. By Caveman, he's having Undertouch there tonight, and no, I was saying leave people business alone. Remember him again? And I'm having Sampalu, and there's another artist there, and a guest selector. So a friend of mine, she's our birthday, and she said she would like. I said she going to perform. Michelle Irie. So I said I just dropped by,
Okay.
Don't think I'm not tired, but sometimes I go to these places not because I personally want to go, and I support. And as you said, when them see me in the places like them feel good, they say,
No, there is a fixture. What is it like on the ground now? You saw the reggae revival when you were talking about it. There were roots and culture events almost every night, during the height of that reggae revival period with Chronics and all of those artists. What is it like now in Jamaica? What is the vibe like for the cultural community right now on the ground in Kingston?
I'm not sure if I understand, because what you said with Chronics, like you're talking about their past.
In that time when Chronics and that reggae revival was very popular. There were events, when they had the dub school, the this, the that, the Vinyl Thursday, every night almost had an event.
Yes.
So I'm saying, how is it now? What is the vibe like now in Kingston?
It has taken such a change you'd never believe, right? Everybody just believe them reach, and it's like Vinyl Thursday not there anymore. I hope they'll come back with it. I don't know, because people now looking at the original dancehall Thursdays, because that lick out maybe Vinyl Thursday too, and then them looking at the rubber dub this and the rubber dub that, and forgetting that these little things that was theirs was having a momentum of the music industry in that time when nobody wasn't thinking.
Yes.
These artists were thinking, these young people were thinking, and people like us back them. That's not so anymore. It's a different thing, and it is like so hype that sometimes I don't even want to go to some of these events because too much hype. And things like that, them not remembering where it really started, where it came from, and who was there. Trust me, it's a big change. It's not like it used to be. Everybody just think them reach up. If we were to bring back a Vinyl Thursday, I don't know. Hopefully it would be nice. But they have so much things come, and them say them bigger and they're better, and them have different venue. And, oh God, And look where we're coming from. I was doing so good. But we kept the momentum. Because remember,
Anytime we don't center His Majesty and Rastafari in the center of the thing,
exactly.
it starts to get shaky.
Exactly. Can remember Jamnesia too, you know. Jamnesia did a lot for them, you know.
Of course.
So, boy, I tell you.
Because remember, I'm saying that we have these waves in Jamaican culture, you know, because with Bob Marley and that time, all of these were young artists who were hearing His Majesty, getting that frequency and putting it out on reggae music. And then you had a little lull after Bob died and certain things happened. Then you had Garnet Silk and these artists rise up now and then come up again. Till we get Sizzla Kalonji and you know Bojo Ras,
Capleton and Bojo and
everybody,
Warrior King and
on the radio you just hear Rasta culture song, you know. And then that went down a little bit, and then Protege,
go down plenty.
Kabaka them come, Janine, and it come back again, Ivan Mar, and then it, you know, kind of gone down now in that time. But why do you think that it keeps going down? Why can't we sustain it at that height?
Because people losing them consciousness. They're getting. Can you imagine people that is getting peer pressure? I want to fit in, so I'm not going to be too rasterized now. I want to fit in. I want to look like that one. I want to look like that one. Maybe I'll reach somewhere. That's how I hear the sisters them talk. And I said that's foolishness. So because Marcia's never really, Marcia, look where she reached and sister do that. Them never think to go no way other than who they were and things like that. So for those who sisters who were holding on, especially in the music industry, I honor them. Sister Carol. Trust me, man. I can't crown her over. And you have there's one I see her on the YouTube, you know, I don't see her perform at stage shows. I can't remember her name. I look at these sisters and I say they just give me more inspiration to know that what I'm doing is right. You know, I must keep to my nobody don't really have to say, but it makes me feel good to have company, to know we have to keep the Rastafari liberty strong, and we can be strong in anything we want, you know, and don't make it break me. But it's a lot of breakdown because they're getting peer pressured about how them look and what them should do. It's so much pants wearing now with the sisters. I mean, they're free to do what they want to do. But them, I don't think some of them even, when the last time them ever buy a skirt. What happened to them skirts and blouses? You know, them just believe that them have to be fit to be accepted out there. Them have to look a certain way. And I keep going right back to Sister Julie them. And I don't care if them want to say, oh, that was been that all the time. No. If we had kept that momentum, it would have been the same way. Because Marcia has not changed. Even she put on the pants here and there. You ever notice how she dressed really royal? And Marcia is one of the big guests. All right?
But it was proven during that reggae revival time because the youths them went forward to the traditionals, dress, everything, and it worked. You know,
it worked.
It's not even working as it was working then. You know what I mean? What's happening now? So it's proven anytime Jamaica hold on to Rastafari, there's gonna be an explosion.
Yes. And they know it. I think they don't know it and they try to break it down. Remember, you know, February was Black History Month, you know. I know they're not calling it Reggae Month. It's just 3 Black History Month. It's three events we had, or 4 in Black History in February, you know, for Black History Month. I think 4 may be plenty. Yes, because it's like they want to kill it out, but give thanks to Michael Barnett who's still holding strong to that, and I'm backing him. Yes.
Big up Dr. Barnett on that. We have to get him forward here. Boy, I tell you, it really hurts my heart, you know, because I know the power that we could have if we just hold that discipline, you know.
Yes.
If we just hold that discipline, coming out of Jamaica in particular. So where do you see the movement going? What would you like to see as an elder now from the Rastafari movement?
You know, it's just straight back to Africa I'm all about now. That even if I have to go struggle, I don't use the word struggle. If I even have to just do what I have to do on my own, it's like Jamaica can really hold me so now.
Yes,
And this
yes.
is the encouragement I would give to others. As much strength as they have, as much insight as they have, finance or anything, and you can see a way, which most of them not seen again and don't want to stay and finding all kind of reasons why. That is what my message is. My message is not to stay into Jamaica and try. I'm not going to ever put us on a pedestal to think, yes, these Rastafarians, we're going to do this. No, we tried with Cora Gardens. Give thanks for Cora Gardens. Them still own a space and can keep certain things and all of that, but it still don't reach where it wants to reach. And this is not where we belong. Even with food, whether we want to accept it or not, I don't accept it. So my message is, so if you can get to Africa, see a way through and try to build Africa. That's my message.
Wow, serious thing, serious thing. And you're coming from that early time when you said the first thing that grabbed you was repatriation.
Yes,
And
yes.
and now if you look at what's happening, you see that a lot of people from the diaspora are going to Africa. You know, I do work in Ghana. The
Yes.
last time I went to Ghana, which was October, there were so many Black Americans on the flight.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, man. And the first time I went to Ghana, which was 2005, it was
yes,
mostly white people and
yes,
Ghanaians that were going
yes,
home. But
yes.
this flight was a lot of diaspora returning home. So you can see something is happening. And the lady I sat next to, she just said something, just tell her to go to Africa because she was going to Europe. She go all around the world. So, Mama, Africa is calling people home.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
you can do it. Just tell
yes,
yourself that when you go to America and say you can do it, and you go everywhere, so you can do it. If you want to do it, you can do it. That's what I would encourage. I'm not going to encourage anyone to be anywhere but Africa. I'm sorry. But whilst I'm here, I'll do the best I can with who I can. All these people that I'm working with, they kind of understand my outlook because they would prefer to hear that I don't want to do this or I don't because but I'm holding on strong, not letting go, and I'm telling them all. I do all the kind of best I can, but it's back to Africa.
okay, okay. And in terms of your business, Quick Blast Media, what do you see as the future for Quick Blast Media?
I can take it anywhere because anywhere. I was even told, boys, you will need in Ethiopia. You will need. I can take it anywhere because it's in me.
Yes, yes,
It's not out of me, it's in me. It's me created. So me can take me anywhere with it and it will work. Because I am a people person, I know that. And I do love artists. I think their messages are very important. I never put down an artist. I believe everybody have a message and it's an inspiration, just like a poet. Well, poets are artists too. But I believe people in the arts is deep. And I used to go Jamaica School of Art, as I told you. I did visual and
yes,
other things. And it's all about the arts for me. I will
yes,
appreciate other things. So I am always going to encourage that wherever I go, because it's in me. It's in me.
yes.
And me, wherever I go, me go with me.
So give us some more instruction because now I'm seeing you doing an artist development business. I think you need to do consultation
I
with
do
all.
it. I do
Yeah,
it.
you do it for
I think
free.
I
You
do
do
it.
it for free. You do it for free. Me I talk about a
Some
structured.
money.
Yeah, you need to do a structured program. But what are some of the other advice? Because we have a lot of artists that watch the channel Rastafari Youths, and we want to empower them. What advice do you have for them?
All right, just stay in the lane of Rastafari. If you believe in it, stay in the lane. Like I can't call a name right now. Unga Punga. Unga Punga. He went into the Magnum King and Queens, right? I saw what I seen him, the fire of Rastafari, maybe never see because them have this thing named the jar window where people can see things in you, you don't see, etc. etc. And I say, I'm bringing this artist to Kingston Night Market. People might say that and that, but I'm bringing him, but I'm going to tell him what to do. It was that Mama Fire Bingy. It was that Mobe the other day. He has never been to those things because some of them don't even realize that the music comes from Rastafari, really. So them
Yes,
need to know them can't let go Rastafari, them are weird doctor. Plenty of them is weird doctor in the music. Them don't know nothing about Bingy. Them don't know nothing. Even after me when it's Majesty Band, them don't know. So
yes,
I am just saying that them cannot divide and separate if them Rastafari, them can't be two things. So
Yes.
I encourage that. I encourage the young artists them with the locks. And I talk about Rastafari to them. I say Rastafari, Queen, Kings. I talk to them. I talk Rastafari. Yes.
Yes. It's important. It's important because that's the power. Bob Marley should have proved it to everyone.
Yes.
You know, the greatest, acknowledged as one of the greatest musician of all time in terms of music, world music, and he was hailing His Majesty. So
Yes.
he never denied His Majesty on the global stage. You know what I mean? He
Never, never,
you know.
never.
So
And,
that should show
and
the
his sons are doing that. No matter what, they still uphold that because when you have to look on a person and it's your father, where you come from, you can't. Whether hypocrisy or not, me no know. Me not going to go there. You have to uphold that man because everybody looking after them. I have to see what face them looking at them.
yes, and that's the power. We have to understand there's a power in Rastafari music, especially now when the world is at war. Where are all the songs from the Rastafari artists about what's happening right now, Gideon War? I don't hear no song. You hear
No,
it?
no, no, no. Listen to me. A Ras the other day came and said, and pure love song, and taking the girl to this and this. I said, brethren, me nah make it perform a kiss and I'm to do them song there, Me say if even the one of them, you come with two other, no, no. So him say, me have other songs. I said, I want to hear the other ones. Because it's that them coming out of them lane, know them, believe that if it's not love them talking, this bedroom and all of that.
Yes.
No, come on. But I don't support that. So.
Yeah, no, I'm with you because that's one of my thing I don't love is to see the Rastafari artists trying to fit in with the ballad artists. Right now we have one of the most popular dancehall rhythm. It's called the YWFL rhythm or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there are, some of the top songs on the rhythm are by Rastafari artists, but all of them have some loose argument, On the, it's not. There's no one talking about Rastafari topic. It's all some gal thing, and and these are big artists, And at a time like this, where the people need direction in terms of a light, if you even say you're not preaching, but shine a light that the people them can meditate to the light right now, because there's so much darkness out there. I was disappointed, you know what I mean, that the rest them now really hold no order on this kind of rhythm, which is like an event that is going on, and one of them I'm a brethren too. But
and I must bring up Michael Shamaya and even Tijon Bennett. But
yes.
Michael Shamaya holding on, he always do a great job in performance. He performed just recently at 12 Threads. Michael and his band, you know what I'm saying, the Dreadites band. Yeah, man, just him them full up on, an artist like him when let go and them a hold it same way,
I'm big up young artists like Carbon, from what I'm hearing.
Yes, Carbon, yes.
Yes, you know what I mean. Ross Imaro, we love what Imaro do.
Yes.
Highly Celestial, there's a whole portion.
Yes, they're still holding it.
Yeah, great works, and we're gonna highlight them here. You know what I mean?
And Asadinaki, Bonnie's son.
Okay, I don't know. I've never heard him, but I'm gonna make an effort to give them more of a platform too, because they're not getting the highlight that they need to get.
Exactly.
So I realized that was an issue. That was one of the reasons I created this platform, is so that Rastafari artists, and then now we have a collective of platforms now. So we're trying to create a Rastafari media connection. We're going to make sure that the Eyes Apart Quick Blast is a part of that as well, so that artists can have access to resources. If they're promoting a project, they can know where they can go to find their audience, because we have to create our own industry. This is something that, again, we're very passionate about. Big up to ARC, the Association of Rastafari Creatives, which I need to pull the eye into that more.
Yes.
because we could really benefit from the eye wisdom,
Yes.
as
Yes.
elder. So I'll talk to you offline about that. But
Yes.
I'm so elated that you took the time to reason with us. Before we seal up though, I want to know about some of the other works that you're doing. Just explain to the people what exactly the type of services that they
Mm-hmm.
can hire you for, because again, we want our audience to spend money with you. It's not just for watch you. Most people are
Mm-hmm.
on the replay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna send it out to your network. So it's gonna get hundreds of views. But
Yes.
of those hundreds of views, I want active viewership, meaning spend $10, send her $10, $20, $50. Hire her for something. Let us circulate the Rastafari and Pan African dollar. Let us put the capital in the hands of the workers. I can't stop saying that. We're at
Mm-hmm.
war, people. So the thing that you can't fight war without money and resources.
Mm-hmm.
The side with the most money, that's why the bankers them always
Mm-hmm.
behind war. Anytime you see a war, follow the money.
Mm-hmm.
So we have resources, we have money. Let us direct our money to the workers who are doing the work for Rastafari. And these workers in turn are going to again spread that money out in the community, and that's how we're going to lift ourselves out of financial problems, is when we invest in our ecosystem, our Rastafari ecosystem. We're spending out, paying bills. You pay light bill, this a bill, you eat out there, you buy your 50 bag of herb or whatever you do. Take a little of that,
Mm-hmm.
give it to the workers
Mm-hmm.
part time. You understand what I'm saying, Queen Aisha?
All right. Yes. All right. So there are times when artists want to be interviewed on the radio, and I set that up. And
Yes.
the artists that can't bother with social media, I don't want to count too much, but I do help one or two with social media. They
Yes.
don't want to do no posting or nothing, so I do it for them. I
Yes.
get artists that want to be produced, and I have my Aisha Music in California that
Okay.
produces artists. He's a 12 tribe member. And yes, I do have people that come to me and would want me to not just to get them on shows, but to even listen to their music. And as I said, the coaching part of it, I don't mind. And I must say that they are me and I'm them, in the sense that I tell artists it's nice to look good on stage, just because I really encourage that. But you have to balance your resources. You have to know that because they don't perform and them don't know how they're getting home, and them
Yeah.
dress are one of the most expensive, and they don't know how they're getting home. So I say you have to balance your resources. Dress casually, all right, and make sure you have your money to come. Don't tell me you don't have the money after the show done, and don't tell me you can't come. But yet still, every time I see you smoking a spliff, you have to balance your resources and invest in yourself if you want to reach anywhere. And they need to look back at some of those old videos and old stories of those artists who used to jump on Van Bakar, sleeping at the show till morning, reach what them reach. Them no want to do that. Them don't, and look here now, them know them don't have it, but them want to go in a taxi to go home.
Yeah.
They're not willing to. And like I would tell myself as well that in whatever I do, I have to balance my resources as little as it is. Because I know I have to go places sometimes. I know that I have to want to look all right sometimes. So if I'm going to want to do all of that, if I'm not getting the income, then I don't bother. You have to help. But I'm just saying that in respect to what I do is just mainly for the artists then, because if they respect what I do, look, it will come back. And if they don't respect it, then I leave it alone. So artists, yes, I can help you with certain things, the interviews, as I said, any events that I can try to get you on, any kind of coaching, even with them bio. Anything that has to do with artists. Cause I work with you the moment I learned a lot of things. So I just spread my wings. I spread my wings in the areas that I know best. But I wouldn't manage an artist. Sorry
Yeah,
to say.
yeah, it's rough. It's rough. And what people don't understand when you talk about manager, the manager gets paid from what the artist gets paid. So if the artist is not making money, the manager
Exactly.
is just spending their own money, and it gets very costly.
And you know
To
what I find? Sorry,
yes,
older artists are to deal with, and the younger artists them are to deal with. It's the one in the middle who they cross a border of, are they coming there, or they left from there. You see the younger ones very hype, and them don't like to take no for an answer, and them want everything right away. And that's saying nay, because some of the older ones didn't fight for it. But it's how they go about it. And the older ones tell me, no, come out of my bed tonight for what? Then no, come right. Them know them need it, them really need it, but them not coming because them say them was jilted and them can't be bothered. So them not so easy to deal with the older artists and the younger artists.
Younger artists. And the other thing that I tell artists is keep your day job. Not because you're an artist, you don't work. You need income because you're your first investor in your vision and your dream and everything. And some of these artists, from them ton artists, them stop work because them are artists now. They can't have a job. TikTok them a do or something with don't pay, and then you end up living off of some woman because at the end of the day you're gonna get somebody's daughter pregnant, and then you and this woman are live, and you can't afford for bringing the money because you're artist, and then the family mash up, and then you're gone to a next woman, and by the time you know you have how many children and no families that are together. So we have to stop the cycle, and how you do that if you're creative is don't feel no way if you have a job in the daytime that can pay you.
I love it when the artists them say to me, Aisha, you know why I can't come next week? I have a construction thing for doing on. I love when I hear that to say, because them not leave out the music, you know, but them know so them a family important, so them have to go do the construction work because where they're coming, them not get no money for the little singing. So them have to balance it. I love that. I love when them tell me that. I just respect them and say, all right, anytime you're ready, me ready. Yeah, ma'am, I respect them. And I must say in the month of March for Women's Month, I have to big up my sisters out there who are holding on to the music industry and everything else. Yeah, everything in the Rastafari community everywhere. That's really, they're like the anchor for a lot of things that's going on. Big up my sisters anywhere in there. Yeah, man, we have every month 24/7, but since them kind of take out this one here and say, all right, yeah. And Saturday coming into my Earth Day still, you know.
What? Hold on. Lion Pride, put Happy Earth Strong in the comments right now. Maybe show some love because we're not going to see her Saturday. But
Benji to the T.
March 7th. March 7th. You know what I mean? The 3 and the 7 come together.
Yes.
Put it in the chat, family. Happy Earth Strong.
Yes. Thank you.
Queen, please, what a joy.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I want to just say publicly how we appreciate Love the Eye. I wish I had more resources so that I could just send you money and just because I know the work that is done, and people like yourself is part of why we created this platform, because we want to highlight the workers in the community that they're behind the scenes that don't like the interview. You might not reason with them, but these are the people that keep this thing going, you know. These are the people that inspire artists. You will pull an artist aside and say, you pull up your pants and do what you have to do, you know. And that give you some, you know what I mean, to know, say, all right, me have a standard, me have a wall, because sometimes they get nervous, you know. Nervousness, you have that confidence, and to have a mama like Queen Isha there, what a joy.
And you know, I'm shy. People don't know I'm shy, you know, but I'm very shy. But I guess I've lived in a world where it was forced on me to rise to the occasion.
Yes.
For many reasons. I just know some is not a person who will back down really. So, but shy sometimes.
Wow. Before we seal up, if you have any questions for Sister Aisha, put it in the comments. We're going to take a couple of questions before we seal up. I want to give thanks for coming. This is just the beginning, because we don't do one interview, so we have to bring her forward. While we wait for some questions, how do people get in touch with the Eye to hire for your service?
Okay, all right. On Facebook, it's Marcia Elliott, right? And I'm wearing this brown because I think there's two pictures there, but the one with the brown. And that's Marcia Elliott for Facebook. For Instagram, it's at IAYA as in Tom Ayata 12 at Ayata 12. And for I don't I would give out one of my numbers 876-331-2479 WhatsApp, and for TikTok it's Marcia Elliott Gould GOULD.
Okay.
So you can all come in and look for that. I don't, people are saying it's wiser to just have one thing across the board, but based on all my phones that crashed, all different kind of things, But it's not as I think as I put up Marcel, and there's even I think there's something there with Quick Blast Media. So all of that now I need to just put together and make it one that everybody's easier to find me, But Marcel Elliott is good enough on Facebook Messenger, and the WhatsApp number 331-2479. But please don't send no videos and pictures right now because my phone can't manage. Talk to me first and then we'll work it out.
A lot of people having that issue. Even myself, every few days I have to just go through WhatsApp and just delete videos because.
But I spend more time doing that than my work and tell them if they want me to do them work, they have to work with me and just do the thing right.
Yeah, man, definitely. Family, we have Queen Isha here. What a joy. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section. Let me see who is in the comment section. Ras Super David Sebastian said, "Blessed Earth Strong, Sister Aisha. I'm on Sunday." Okay.
Nice.
Danny Johnson, our elder, said, "Happy Earth Strong birthday to Sis Aisha from Johnson in El Paso." And Marine Minot and John.
Great.
Yes, big up, Sister Marine. I look forward to meeting there one day. Blessed Earth Strong Queen Mom from Sister Emmanuel. Our good sister Bongo Wisely from St. Lucia say, "Happy Earth."
Bongo Wisely, yeah.
Grassroots out of Kentucky, America say,
"Wow,
strong."
Nice.
So you see the love. This is a love.
Yes.
We deal with love over here on the line.
Yes, feels good. I like it.
If you have any questions, please put it in the chat. We have her for 5 more minutes and then we have to let her go because she have to go. Family, we have Queen Isha, one of our key Grassroots Rastafari public relations manager. If you have an event on the ground in Jamaica or anywhere in the world and you want a Rastafari Pan-African audience, you would work with Quick Blast and she blasts it out on WhatsApp. And the key is that people respect her. So them are gonna look on her, blast them. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people just blasting. I can't look at everything that come in my phone. So some things I don't open. But if I see something from Sister Aisha, I'm gonna look at it because
yes.
You really have that cultural pull. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we really have to big up the eye. Are you part of my Lion Voice group chat too?
Me?
Yeah, are you in there?
I don't think so. But why I run away from group chat is mainly because of the phone,
Okay,
I can't manage until I can get a better phone. That's the only reason why.
No problem.
Yeah, I have to get a better phone.
Okay. Sister Emmanuel said Aisha's auntie, her granddaughter's auntie, Shirley's big sister. Who's that?
Who's that?
This is Sister Emmanuel. She's one of my good Lion Pride and Patreon, but she says she know you. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see you here. She say. No, let me see. I saw a thing earlier.
Yeah.
Where she identified some family ties.
Mm-hmm.
Big up to Sister Aisha's grandma, Ioni's niece, Ioni's little sister, Shirley's daughter. Looking forward to the Queen.
Shirley.
You know that
No, not picking up Shirley's daughter. Shirley. Um,
We have
ask her if she's from New Mexico. Is she from New Mexico?
she is.
Yes, 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 yeah. You're my granddaughter's mother. I just realized. So she said Shirley, yeah.
Yeah, she has a phenomenal granddaughter. Give thanks for that.
Yes,
Yes.
I love you, Shirley.
So you see, this is a family gathering. This is like a family. When Garnet took say I saw Zion in a vision,
Yes,
it was like a family reunion.
yes, yes. I love Garnet. God, I love him. That's one of my artists. I forgot to say, I love him.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
give us who are some of your favorite artists of all times?
Oh boy, it's hard to say now, but I must include Dennis Brown. Sanchez one at a time was, but I must include Dennis Brown. I do love Freddie, and of course, my brother. If some of his music really helped me in some things, and Garnet, I used to play Garnet ever so often, and Judy Mott, Martha Griffith, and the I three, the I three. You know, for now, we have some sisters that are really doing well, so much names to call, and they know that I know them. Just know that sisters, the ones that I know you're doing good, just
Yes.
continue. I'll be here. Continue.
Are there any young sistren that are doing Rastafari music right now that I should know about?
Yes, yes, they do. They say they're doing Rastafari. They display it in the music and things. They have Tella Dawkins. She's related to Carl Dawkins. They have Vanya. You have Ashiba. You have there's so many. I don't want to go call and leave out anybody, but there are quite a few young sisters that are really rising up and holding on to the Rastafari faith. Them not let it go. Even if they want to wear them pants, I can't do nothing about that. But I trying, but it not look like it are reaching anywhere because them say it too me older, but them not understand. But anyways, just pray for them and just know say the messages in their songs, and
Yes,
I
yes.
just want to encourage them to just hold on to that.
Yeah.
Eventually them things will work its way
I'm
out.
with you. I'm with you. I like to encourage the skirts them and the
Yes, yes,
traditional.
yes. I'm not going to stop encouraging that. I'm not. That is part.
When you go to Africa, that's how we dress. That's how
Exactly.
our women dress. The first time I went to Ghana, I was so pleased to go to the village and see the woman them wrapping them head like the Rastafari sistering with the long skirts.
Yes.
I said, okay, this is not just
Them says old man thing. What about old man thing? What am I talking about? When I was starting of Rasta, I was 17, 18 plus, and I think I dressed, and I was pretty young.
Yes, no, it's part of the culture, and we have to preserve that because Africa really is an African retention when we do that because cover your hair, what I mean, is a good thing for the sister and them because when I see the amount of time sister take with them here, I said, if you could have covered that, you could have put that to some other use, what I mean? So African women, there's a wisdom in how they move, and then sometimes they might have them here out, but it's not all the time. When them are praying, them cover them head, certain things. These are not just Rastafari things, these are African indigenous.
Yes, of course.
Generation to generation. So there's a wisdom in wearing a skirt.
So either you can hold on to two and you have to go decide because Europe and Africa. So decide which one you're going to hold on to,
See, I love that. So give us any final words to the global family before we seal up. Words of wisdom, Rastafari, sistering women, globally in these times, looking at, we're in a time of war, even in the Caribbean, they must starve the people in Cuba. It's a rough time on earth right now. What is your message as a one who's been treading in the light of His Majesty from that time until this time? What is your message for the global family in this
Just
hour?
hold strong in your faith in whatever you do. Have faith, know Rastafari is a way of life. Just know that you're going to come across a web of obstacles. I wouldn't want to start off about mine and all kind of things, but you have to hold strong because we don't have a choice. And to just continue encouraging others, just don't think it's about us alone. Don't be selfish, be selfless, and just keep this thing, just keep the momentum of Rastafari going because see, we have the bingo ground that got damaged and it have to come back up and them still keep Mama Fire being there early. It was awesome. So we have to keep the fire burning, in whatever way we can. The sisters and the brethren, just anywhere you go, just make your light shine like it used to shine when we just started up Rastafari. For those who my age group and those coming, let our light shine, do the work and just keep encouraging others. Don't be selfish, you know.
Give thanks,
That's
give
my
thanks.
thing. And I just want to say that we have the Core Gardens thing coming up and other things coming up. And we're not seeing a lot of Rastafarians supporting it at all. We're just
Yes.
asking them to reach out. We're not begging any money or nothing. We just want to just make the thing nice, just come and support, and things like that. We're lacking that. Lacking a lot of people who say they're Rastafarian music, but they're not coming out to these events. They're not supporting it. Just support. Just keep the fire burning in Rastafari.
Yeah, we have to. We have to. Sister Emmanuel said, Emmanuel, Shirley's sister. Shirley named their daughter after Sister
Yes,
Aisha.
after me, yes. Yes, Aisha, dear.
Give
Aisha,
thanks.
dear, my granddaughter, yes.
And Eric Bakash say, big up Aisha, nice interview, sis. Big up yourself, brother Eric. So it's a joy, family. Lion Voice Network. We're gonna give you authentic.
Just before I go, you see, I know he interviewed Mystic Warrior,
Yes.
and I don't know if you get his new song, Leader. It's
Yes.
such a good song, and
Yes.
he has a very powerful vibes
Yeah, man.
about him. Yes,
Yes.
so you can look out for his song, Leader. It's out there now, Leader, and
She's
all
on,
the platforms, all everything. Yeah,
she's on
digital
promo mode.
platforms everywhere. Yeah.
She's on promo mode, family. So make sure you big up Mystic. Look out Mystic on all platforms. Leader. I heard
Mystic Warrior.
Mystic Warrior. Sorry, what did I say?
Yeah, Mystic, because Warrior comes with it. Yeah, but
Yeah. Okay, sorry. But he's a brethren. I love his vibration. We have to support him. All of the artists that are keeping the culture, Rastafari energy alive right now. In the Armageddon, we have so much work to do, and with the Almighty's will, we will get it done. And big up everyone who supported, all of the people who've given contribution. You said something there, Sister Aisha?
I said thanks.
Oh, okay. Yes. So
everything, and just thanks. Blessed.
blessed. Oh, you know what I love about the I too? Even though I come up in the 12 tribe, I notice you've got the bingy them. You support every Rastafari.
Them tell me say me a bobo. Them tell me say me a bingy. Them tell me say me a orthodox. Them tell me say me to Rastafari.
I love it. And she mean it too,
I mean it.
Yes. So love and honor. Here you have it, family. You see one of our precious treasures, a national, international treasure of the global Rastafari movement, our very own Queen Isha, Queen Mother Aisha. Every title, every goodness, every blessing, we're calling it down on the sister. She deserves it. So people, go to her social media, reach out to her, find out how you can send that $10, that $5, that $20 to her. We want to put capital in the hands of the workers. That's the mission we're on here on the Lion Voice Network. Make her get the resources. She can scale her operation. She can help so many others, as she always does. And we can build ourselves as a nation. We are not going to stop, family. Why? Because the time has come for the Lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion.
One love.
Blessed love, this is Ras Tafari representing for the Lion Voice. See? Yeah, man. Keep it locked right there, sir. On to Zion we go. Lion Voice don't move slow, no. Rastafari rules and reigns, and we're going where the blessings flow. Keep it locked right there, sir. Saying? Ras Tafari said that. Lion's Voice.
What are you waiting for? Come together, calling from near and far. know who you are. What are you waiting for? Rally up, it takes the dust. What are you waiting for? Ancestors paved the way for us. Yes, I am Ketis Oyonde, asking, what are you waiting for to come together? The time has come for the lions to tell our own story. This is the Lion's Voice.
African pride, root of all nations, boy. I tried with the lion, the Ras Tafari. Lion of it tried with lioness like I do. Empress on the front line, we need you. Well, this is Medicine, the steady one, and you are now tuned in to the Lion's Voice Network. What the lion fought for do? Scorch them. Roast and parch them.
I will never stop, hail the Most High, and I will never stop, call Rastafari. Blessed love, this is Kushite representing for the Lion's Voice. We are here to tell our own story, Rastafari.
Empress Manel, and I young scientist. Your role universally unfold, be told. Blessed love, this is Itege Idama, and it's time for the lioness and the lion's voices to be heard. This is the Lion's Voice, Rastafari.
Yo, blazing fire, yeah man, this is Ras out of Belize, and the time has come for the lions to tell our own story, right? Yeah man, we blaze fire, burning the wicked and the dirty vampire. Yeah man, Ras said that, blazing fire, lion boy.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the Lion's Voice, we come to tell our story. Rastafari, live it. Hey, the Lion's Voice, Rastafari.
Yeah, David Trent of Steel Pulse, and I'm saying hail to the Lion Voice because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here. Hear me now. Yeah, the Lion's Voice. Raw.
Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice.